What is up, y'all? My name is Star, and today I will be talking about a story of mine from my childhood, and it's about my experience with the paranormal. Now, if you don't believe in that stuff, please be respectful of my beliefs, because I have certain experiences in my life that made me start to believe things. Just like you know? So, if you don't believe in paranormal stuff, that's fine. Also, to the people who are gonna bring up my schizoaffective, this was in my early childhood. And typically, schizoaffective doesn't show up until like your mid to late teens or early 20s. But my schizoaffective started showing up when I was 8 or 9. I was 7 or 8 at the time, I think, when this happened. So, okay. I will show what the town I used to live in looks like. But I lived in Brownsville, Oregon for like half my childhood. And the last half, I moved to Alaska in 2018. So I was like 16 at the time when I moved to Alaska. And now I'm still in Alaska. I'm hoping I can move to Canada if things get worse in America. I'm hoping that I could convince my parents to like let me, not my parents, my guardian, my state-issued guardian, if I could migrate to Canada if things get really, really shitty in the US. But we're not here to talk about politics. But I'm gonna be real, everything politically fucking sucks right now. So I kind of wanted to make this video to like maybe bring a little bit of light to the internet. But anyway, so I was like 6, maybe 7, and this was like a year, I think, after my little brother was born, like 1 or 2 years after. Because my little brother was like 2 years old, I think, at the time. And I remember, like, my mom putting me to bed and being like, "Good night, Star, do you need anything, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "No, I don't need anything, I'm good." But then in the middle of the night, I woke up and I had to pee. There was only a bathroom, like, in the house. There were 2 floors. One floor with, like, 1 bedroom on one side, 1 bedroom on the other. And in the middle, it was a loft. And downstairs, it was, like, this big rectangle was the kitchen. This small rectangle was the living room. And this small circle right here is square right here is the bathroom. And this right here is my parents' room. Oh yeah, and also the living room and office were all in one room. But anyway, I like went to go to like get a glass of water because I was really thirsty, which is rare because I usually don't feel thirst, because with my autism I cannot feel if I'm thirsty or not, which is why I have so much water weight. Sorry about the light moving weird, hold on. There we go. But I remember going downstairs and seeing who I thought was my older sister, because my older sister was like living with me at the time. Well, that's because she wasn't an adult yet, but why am I saying that? I don't know. I took an edible earlier. But anyway, don't worry, YouTube, I am 24 years old, so it's legal, okay? Edibles are legal in Alaska. Let me have my goddamn edibles. Anyway, I saw a figure who I thought was my older sister. And I was like, what name should I call her instead of using her real name for like privacy reasons? You know what? Let's call my older sister Rose. Rose, I saw who I thought was Rose in the kitchen. sitting on the counter, like, drinking a glass of water. And I was like, Rose, what the fuck are you doing on the counter? Well, I didn't cuss at the time, but I was like, what are you doing, bro? And then all of a sudden, I shit you not, she went through the fucking window without breaking it. Like, she just, like, crawled through it. Like, holy shit. And I was sitting there, like, jaw dropped down to the fucking floor, dog. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't know what I saw. It was so weird. I do believe this is a paranormal experience, because guess who else saw the same ghost I did? My mom did. My mom, let's call my mom, Mama C. So Mama C saw the same, I'm pretty sure she saw the same ghost I saw. Because the encounters we both had were similar, where we just saw something at the corner of our eye, or like, well, the difference between me and my mom is, like, I actually interacted with the ghost. I was like, I had a conversation with her, and I basically was asking, like, who are you, blah, blah, blah. Like, it feels like a dream looking back on it, but I know it was real because I remember it happening, you know? Yeah. The next morning, I'm like, Mom, did you see this, like, weird girl? And my mom's like, yeah, I think that's the spirit I saw. And by the time I was 12 or 13, being in the creepypasta fandom long enough taught me how to research information I want to know. So I started researching things about paranormal stuff and, like, supernatural, creepypasta, all those things. And turns out a lot of people have had similar experiences to me. So that's how I came to my own conclusion. This must be real because other people experienced this too. Till this day, I still, like, think about the things I've seen, and I believe that's the only incident where it actually was paranormal and not my schizoaffective playing tricks on me. When I was younger, up until my, like, 20s, I thought that everything I saw and experienced was real, but it turns out they were severe hallucinations. But I basically started believing in the paranormal a lot more ever since. Like, I believed it before as a kid. A lot of people in my family do. Except for my dad's side of the family. My dad's side of the family, I don't think they believe in that kind of stuff, but I know for sure a lot of people in my mom's side of the family does. But yeah, I still tell people about this, and most people don't believe me when I tell them this, which is understandable. It sounds pretty far-fetched, and if I were them, I would probably be like, oh, maybe you were just tired, or, like, paranoid, or you forgot to take your meds. But here's the thing, this took place before I was mentally ill. When I was a child. I became mentally ill at the age of 8, I think. That's the earliest I remember having mental illness symptoms. Except for my autism. I've lived with autism my whole life. I don't think it developed. I think it was something I was born with. But that was fucking crazy. Like, I literally saw a ghost that was identical to my older sister. The only difference is that she was way taller, like maybe 5'6", 5'7". Like, that's like the measurement I think I would go for, because she's not quite, the ghost, and not my older sister's same height as me, I'm pretty sure, which is like 5'4". I'm 5'4" and a half, and she's 5'5", I think. But the ghost was like 5'6" or 5'7". Like, there's no way it could have been my older sister, because she was way too damn tall to be my older sister. Oh yeah, and the ghost had a more, like, my older sister's voice tone is slightly more mature than mine. And her voice is like more mature and more like adult sounding than mine, because my voice is pretty childish. I am kind of insecure about my voice. I want to get voice training. For some odd reason with my gender identity, it's my voice presentation that matters more than my sight presentation. Because I care about what people think I sound like more than what I look like, to be honest. But I like told all my friends about this ghost experience I had, and I shit you not, half of them were like, "Star, did you just forget to take your medication?" I'm like, nope, this was before I had schizoaffective. So there's no way it could have been a psychotic symptom, because I didn't. I experienced hallucinations my whole life, but I didn't really have delusions until like my preteen years, if that makes sense. Like, it progressed. But now it's like regressing, like slowly, one by one, a lot of my symptoms are disappearing. I do suspect I also have borderline personality disorder. I'm not self-diagnosing. To my staff, if you ever discover this video, I am not self-diagnosing. I do suspect I could either have BPD or I'm developing BPD. Or maybe a bit of both, like I'm about to have BPD, which I really hope to God I don't have it. But like, a lot of the people I've told about this experience, not a lot of them believe me, because they know I have a history of psychosis and stuff. So I haven't really talked about this story in a while, but I wanted to tell it on my YouTube channel, because I thought that maybe somebody would find it amusing, or maybe like, feel free to use this video as reaction content, so don't forget to shout me out though. Don't forget to credit me. But yeah, so that was my paranormal experience, and I stopped talking about it very quickly in my life because a lot of people did not believe me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!